This is What the Flick, everybody. Ben, Matt, Alonso, and Christy.
Are you Christy today? Are we just shifting one spot over?
Oh, Ben.
Clockwise?
It's like the Little Orphan Annie Dakota Ring. You have to shift the thing once.
I like to challenge you guys to.
I want to be Alonso today.
Smile. All right.
Have at it.
All right, Dee, I didn't see The Impossible,
Dave
so I'm gonna.
surprised.
Hi, honey, I'm home. All right, so we're talking about The Impossible. This is a fictionalized kind of true story version of a family caught in the 2004 Southeast Asian tsunami that killed 230,000 people. Naomi Watts and Ewan McGregor play a married couple with their 3 adorable young sons on holiday at a lovely resort in Thailand. And then a big wall of water comes. Take a look. So what pissed me off about this
Yes.
is it was a Spanish family.
Thank you.
It's a Spanish director.
Before this movie started, I was annoyed that it wasn't about Asian people. And then after the movie, I was like, I was annoyed it wasn't about Spanish people, because you see the picture of the family in the credits.
Right. Her name is like Maria Belone, I want to say. Right. They're a Spanish family. So you have an Australian actress and an Irish.
Like, let's cast the whitest
people.
Movie stars possible. Like, so they're almost translucent.
Ewan McGregor is super duper white, and their 3 kids, like lovely little British mothers.
Okay, so they changed it.
They changed the family's ethnicity.
But it's a Spanish production, like the whole crew.
Everyone's Spanish.
You look at the credits, they're all Spanish. The director is the guy that did The
Orphanage.
Orphanage.
Spanish language speaking family, and nobody in this country will go see
Okay, no. You make it Javier Bardem and Penelope Cruz, and you shoot it in English anyway.
Still don't.
But still, that's really cynical. Like, no one's going to go see our movie, so let's make them white so people will go see our movie. That made me angry. It's calculated and cynical.
And now I know why Asians are always complaining about this. You know, like when they did 21 and all the card counters suddenly became Jim Sturgis. You know, it's like it seems ridiculous that it's just Europe, for Christ's sake. You can't sell Spaniards to the world. I mean, how hard is that? Anyway, that aside,
but the tsunami is pretty rad.
The special effects are amazing, and I was actually thinking that the special effects probably cost so much that that's why they had to go for like the biggest movie stars they could get to pay for. I'm thinking just because the CG is extraordinary. I mean, you really believe you're watching this thing go down.
It is totally immersive, and the shots, the underwater shots that Naomi Watts getting just flailed around and like impaled and flung on stuff, and these cuts. I mean, she does give a very intensely challenging physical performance here.
As does
for someone who has talked about being swept out to sea and almost drowned and has a fear.
Oh, she does?
Really?
Yeah, she's talked
I didn't know that.
about how she has a severe fear of drowning, and you see that in every moment of that scene.
Oh yeah, she nearly drowned, yeah.
I gotta tell you, that movie to me is one of the scariest things I've seen in the last year.
Okay.
I mean, scared the hell out of me. I know I like this movie a lot more than you guys did. And yes, I'm on the same side with you. I think that it is a shame that we didn't get something that was more true to the original story with the Spanish family.
Well, you're just expressing the cynicism that exists
No, I don't
in
think you
Hollywood.
believe that.
I mean, you're not saying it, but you know it's there.
You're explaining it.
No, I get it.
I don't think you believe that. Yeah. Continue.
Maybe I do. Anyway, this movie really affected me. It really affected me. I was really terrified for everybody in that family, every moment. I really got caught up in the tragedy and the drama of it. And then towards the end, a couple of things happened that the rhythm of it got a little weird. Like, you get to a point where you lose some of the tension of it. I felt like and I don't want to give anything away in a spoiler, but there's some things where some of the tension goes away, and then you get to a point where you think it's gonna end, and it goes on for another 20 minutes. Is the way I felt. So I felt like the timing is a little bit weird, but I got to tell you, the search for each other and the scenes, in the tsunami, the scenes with Ewan McGregor and his kids and the decisions he makes and his search for the rest of his family, that stuff all really, really affected me in a way that I had not expected going into this.
Wow.
I mean, it's an effective movie in a lot of ways. I think Tom Holland, who plays the oldest son, is really good. I kind of feel, we just talked about this with Promised Land, this is a movie that is always about what it's about. Like, it is this one through line story, and it doesn't ever stray from that. And I don't know that was enough to carry this as a whole movie.
We don't really know who they are.
Exactly.
Aside from being victims who were swept away. There's so little about them that you know.
Yeah, it's just these.
They live in Japan,
Right.
and they're on holiday.
Yeah,
That's it.
Well, he's worried about his job, and the older brother's kind of a jerk to the younger brothers.
Right, but
And the mom's a doctor.
but very little
She
of that
wants to go
comes
back
up
to being a
later.
doctor.
It just it's really just like these 5 anybody's swimming for their lives.
And you're absolutely right. There is so much drama inherent to this, and so much tension, which is why I found the score so obnoxiously heavy-handed and needlessly so.
It does tell you what to feel a lot, which is
Yeah,
annoying.
no, there's a bunch of near misses, right? There's a bunch of near misses at the hospital, and then when there is a final reconciliation, because they didn't die. Spoiler: we know they don't die because
Yeah.
they're allowed to tell their story.
Right.
It's the score is like blah, 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 blah.
It's a little Lassie comes home, and by yeah.
I gave it a 5 apparently.
I a little more. I give it a 6.5. I think just the tsunami stuff is so good, and I liked Tom Holland so much, but I other things bothered me.
Yeah, I gave it an 8. I found it really affected me, and that's, to me, what a film should do.
Alonso wins. It's a 6.5.
But it's way higher than that.
It's 78% on the tomato. Most of the critics like it. Certified fresh.
It was like what, New York and LA at the end of December, and now it's going.
Now it's
wider.
opening wide
Wider,
this
yeah.
weekend.